I'm sorry, you make me laugh.
And in honor of the straight stream tonight, I'm wearing my Bowser Bowman t-shirt.
Nice. I don't know. You were kind of looking like Popeye there for a second.
No, it's a Sha-Na-Na t-shirt, man. Come on.
I know. I got it.
You're probably too young to remember.
I am not that young.
Sha-Na-Na.
I remember Sha-Na-Na show. It was on after what is that? Dick Wood Clark show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On after America's Top 20 or something.
Yeah.
Bowser Bowman. But you all the songs from the 50s like Wooly Bully and stuff. Now that really defines the era I grew up in.
Well, you may notice that we are missing our host.
Yes, where is she?
She fell into a black hole. She's trying to make her way out. She'll be here soon, maybe next week. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna try to do this without her. But she sent us the questions, and I'm sort of kind of in charge, and so is Zach. Zach's the one with all the buttons. I have buttons, but I'm gonna leave Zach to the buttons. And yeah, I guess I have to try to host this thing. This was sprung on me at the last minute.
The most, ladies and gentlemen.
So how's everybody doing? How's it going?
Burning up.
I'd be doing better if I wasn't in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty good. Dan. I just put a brand new air conditioner in, so I'm chilling.
Nice.
Literally.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I had a new compressor put in my car for the air conditioner, and it's so nice. I turn the air conditioner on, and it's really fucking cold. I love it. And I've already said the first bad word, and we're not even 5 minutes in. I'm a failure as a
host.
Put that
parental advisory up. It'll be fine.
We'll put your proverbial dollar in the proverbial swear jar.
Yeah, we can always
oh my gosh!
When the cat's away, the rats can play. I think Def might use some language tonight too.
Yeah, it'll happen. That's what the parental advisory is for.
I'm hoping Dave Sunstorm's watching and sees me doing my best not to use bad words. Maybe one day he'll invite me on his show.
I always feel bad when I'm on a show and Dave shows up and I'm swearing my tongue off, and I feel bad because he's Dave and he's so nice.
I have to behave on shows like this. It's called Good Stuff shows because I never know when Dave's watching.
Yeah, thank you, K Moon. I appreciate it. I'm under a lot of stress here. I got to carry this. Me and Zach have to carry this on our shoulders.
Look at Zach.
I think Zach's already giving up.
Knows me, rest assured, I do have the mouth of
Zach,
a
you're full of. I'm sorry, Zach. You're full of drama, man. Full of drama.
Don't let him fool you. He could carry this thing even without me. He could do this all by himself. Okay, so like I said, she did leave me the questions. I don't like to do a lot of hoopla at the beginning, so we're just going to start with questions. And the first question is, what was the one show your whole family watched together every week?
But the hoopla.
I mean, if you want to do hoopla, you hoopla. Go for it.
Nah.
Hoopla.
Hoopla then.
I think Zach wants to tell us about Barney real quick.
Growing up, the one show my whole family watched together every week was Family Feud. It was a ritual. Everyone piled onto the couch, snacks in hand, ready to shout answers at the TV and laugh at the wild responses from contestants. It didn't matter if it was a new episode or a rerun. The energy in the room was electric every time Steve Harvey or earlier hosts like Richard Dawson or Ray Combs stepped onto the stage. The show's mix of humor, relatability, and friendly competition hooked us all, from my parents to my younger siblings.
Hey, wow, a quick answer from Zach.
Nice.
It's time to play the feud.
Who wants to go next?
We used to play the Richard Dawson drinking game. Every time he molested a girl, we had to take a drink of liquor.
Come here. Let me kiss you. Let me kiss you on the
mouth. If you kiss somebody on the lips, you had to take 2 drinks.
Wow.
Richard Dawson. Yeah, you would have been blitzed, man. You'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
dead from alcohol poisoning.
Like, college was fun. That's why we watched Family Feud.
I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
Family. What is family? Oh, I mean, it was just me and my mom. But I know one thing we always watched together. We mainly watched movies together. TV shows. It was TV shows. She gotta catch her stories. So I watched a lot of Young and Restless, Young and the Restless,
God.
General Hospital. Yeah. I'm a kid. I don't have control over the TV. Not in the news. But like specific TV shows, not really. I mean, it'd be soap operas. She had to watch her stories.
I know way more about Days of Our Lives than I wished I did.
Like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives.
I can tell you so much stuff about that show, including actors' names who played parts and all that good stuff too. When you've seen something so many times, you've read the credits, you know it's dangerous.
The only soap opera I ever watched was Soap. So.
My mother was a soap opera freak. She loved Days of Our Lives, and when school was out for the summer, if you were in the house, you were watching Roman freaking Brady or Bo Brady, or you were watching some Days of Damn Our Lives. It was on the TV and not getting changed.
Wash. What's up, Wash?
But me? Oh, okay. I'll tell you real quick. The one show that stands out in my mind more than any show, and you're going to love this, Toad, because it kind of leads into tomorrow, was Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Every day during my entire youth at 5 o'clock on CBS, 5 o'clock, Star Trek come on. That was the exact time they set the table for dinner. So as we sit around the table while eating dinner, Star Trek's always on to the side, and we're always watching Star Trek. Every day. For years, over and over, we were making fun that we could code dialogue with the shows sometime because we'd seen them so many times during dinner. But it was inconceivable to watch anything else while we eat. So I'll have to go with Star Trek. I'm sorry.
I can make you feel really old, and like for me and my family, it was Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, I had kids. That came later.
That's true.
Oh, that came so many times. Star Trek: The Next Generation. Oh God, and then Enterprise.
Enterprise, yeah, I love Enterprise.
Deep Space Nine. That was another show that got watched religiously in another lifetime. I really like Voyager better than any of them, though. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I was a big Catherine Janeway fan. I love Voyager. I think it was the ultimate Star Trek Deep Space kicked out into the universe series.
Well, we're all entitled to our opinions.
Yeah.
I thought Voyager.
Really?
I didn't like the way it started with the caretaker and all that crap, but after they got out there and they're on the other side of the galaxy trying to come home, I thought it was a great show.
Okay. I mean, it's better than most new Trek. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's way better than most new Trek.
But no, we also later, when I got back from college, like I still lived with my family because I was that kind of kid. And we would watch 24, the Kiefer Sutherland, yeah.
I watched the first
season. Watched that a lot. We'd watch that every single week. Like we lived in different places. Like we lived in the same town. We just lived in different houses and different apartments and stuff. But we would all come together to my parents' house. They had a gigantic TV, like one of those super heavy ones that don't exist anymore. And we would just gather around, order a pizza or something, and watch 24 every week.
That's cool.
Yeah. Even after 24 got silly, which it did eventually get very, very silly.
That was like third season when it started getting where it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what? Anyway, that's me.
Mine's probably I was a Nick at Night kid. Like I thought Nick at Night was a regular TV.
It was.
And, watched a lot of Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore and stuff like that. But as far as like family actually stopping and sitting down, like something's on the TV, like, oh, I'm going to sit down and watch this. Andy Griffith. Always. Didn't matter which episode. Always, we've seen all of them 10,000 times.
Well, you just made Dave wet.
And my
I
dad
was about to say.
my dad would always say this because they shortened it for a commercial to put more commercials in it. And he'd go, you know, there used to be more Andy Griffith show before commercials came along like this. They have like 10 minutes of Andy Griffith. And that's what it would like. I finally found some of it, and it would be like them sitting around the table doing a wrap up of the show that is missing from what you're seeing on reruns right now. So,
Oh, you lose a lot of shows in reruns. Lots of little
make
pieces.
Andy Griffith great again. Bring it back on commercial.
Our friend Chance, he rants on the way they cut the crap out of the Fall Guy all the time.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw the classic Star Trek, the original series, like on video cassette, and noticing that there was scenes that didn't happen on TV because it was longer back then. Yeah, I remember that. Blew my little mind.
But man, I wanted that. They had a Dick Van Dyke watch that they were selling.
Oh God,
I still want that watch.
he wants a dick watch.
Collectible.
I want a Dick watch. I want a Dick Van Dyke watch.
I don't know. That might be worse.
Get your head out of the gutter.
So it's got a dick on one side and a dyke
No,
on
no,
the
stop. We're all thinking it, Dan. You don't have to say it.
Oh, Dan. Oh my gosh. I guess for me and our family, we would watch All in the Family together.
I should apologize
that's
for
sweet.
Tourette's.
By the way,
That's
everybody in the
true.
chat, wish Tracy a happy birthday. It is her happy
Oh,
birthday.
okay.
I think
Thank
she's
you.
32 this year. Yeah.
Oh,
We thought she was
Mm,
12.
She's going to get younger every time I say what year it is.
yeah.
I thought
I told my husband I'm regressing.
Well, there you go. Nothing wrong with that.
They say that happens pretty close to the end there.
So yeah, we used to watch Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker. I've seen that a
Archie
bunch of
Bunker.
times.
We watched a lot of like MASH and Happy
Oh, yeah,
Days.
MASH is good.
A lot of that. And I loved Night Court. Night Court was my favorite. I'd watch Night Court on WGN out of Chicago.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Every night.
that's
Sadly, I'm still
repeat.
watching Night Court. It's a new relaunch of the series, and I'm actually watching it now. Even
Is
though
it
it's not. There's a
good?
new series. John Larroquette.
I know it exists, but
Yeah, it's got the girl from The Big Bang Theory on it. It's halfway funny. I don't like it, but I watch it out of
I
respect
understand
for
that.
the old days. Because John Larroquette's on it, I watch it.
The like renewals of like old TV shows, it just doesn't seem to work for me. Like I'm not interested in that Quantum Leap revival from a couple of years ago.
Horrible.
Didn't care.
Oh.
I don't care about Night Court revival. It doesn't seem right. Like Star Trek's one thing. It's the only show that's ever pulled that off. Other shows, I don't see it. I don't get it.
I could talk about how much I hate what they done to Battlestar Galactica and made Starbuck a girl and
Yes, we can do that again. Sure.
I think like the funniest old show like that. Did you guys ever see Fernwood Tonight?
oh God.
What? I've
Holy-
never
Yeah,
heard
I've
of
heard of
Fernwood
it, but I never
Tonight.
saw it.
I've seen Fernwood.
Oh my gosh, guys! It was Martin
Oh.
Mull.
Martin
Wasn't
Mull.
it based off of Mary Hartman? Mary Hartman.
Yes.
I don't
Thank
know,
you.
but it was a fake town called Fernwood Tonight in Fernwood, and it was like Ernest, the guy that played Ernest, was a recurring character on there and stuff like that. They would have Tom Waits was a musical guest one night.
That shows how bad it is.
No, it was amazing, sir.
No, it was not.
It was ahead of
It
its
was
time.
amazing that it got
It was,
renewed.
it was a late night show making fun of late night shows.
Yeah, it was amazing. It got renewed for more seasons.
Jesus, Danny. Anyway, what were you talking about? Star Trek? What, Danny?
I like Oyster, man. But I like all Star Trek stuff, see, because I'm a Star Trek guy. I love Star
Yeah,
Trek.
I like Star Trek too.
Voyager was better than 90%. 90% of other science fiction shows, especially at that time.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to
It was
disagree
leap
with you on
years.
that one.
They dealt with subject matter that was well before its time as well. They had a lot of things, and it was written really good, and it was still trying to keep some morality in with it. Saying that they don't just shoot to kill first, ask questions
No, I mean they were
later.
trying to be role
Like,
models and trying to
Mhm. Hmm.
show a positive view
Yeah,
of the future, which is pretty rare actually, even in
yeah.
sci-fi
That's why I
today.
love Toss.
Yeah. Toss. You said toss.
Toss. It's my accent, man, from the Midwest. What you want?
Yeah, my son spent the last 12 years in the Midwest, and now he's developing a Midwest accent, and it's weirding me out.
Are you sure he's your son?
Okay, so I guess we can move on to the second question, which, give me a second and I will check on it. Let's see, what is it? What was your favorite cartoon as a kid and why?
Oh,
I'll have to think about that one for a second.
yeah.
There were so many good ones.
Well,
Even though
Zach's going to go ahead and go. So.
Yeah, I actually preferred live action stuff
Oh.
like End of the Lost.
Not Star Trek the Animated Series?
Yeah.
Favorite cartoon as a kid would have been Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The classic 1969 to 1970 series, pre-Scrappy-Doo. It had this
Yes.
perfect blend of spooky vibes, goofy humor, and a lovable gang that made every Saturday morning feel like an adventure.
And it taught you
Everybody hates
skepticism.
Scrappy.
Well, yeah, everybody hates Scrappy.
That's one of the books, right?
Look good.
Oh,
It's okay,
yeah,
Shane. I
got
know
it.
you're a big fan of Thelma. So
It's very hard to beat, it's gonna be really hard to beat Scooby Doo, dude. But I'll have to
No.
say for me,
I've seen that video.
for me,
Yeah, rule
the show I liked the best when I was a kid was Super Friends. I really liked like Superman and Batman and the whole Super Friends adventure show that come on. I was really into comic books and superheroes a lot, but I think Scooby Doo's probably the best answer. So I think Zach might have won.
Yeah, I think he might have. Because Scooby Doo is a great answer.
If I was thinking I'd pick Scooby Doo since he's already said that, I'll say my second would be Super Friends.
That's fair.
I would like to submit my answer.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about them Smurfs.
Because it's kind of personal. It appealed to activities I was actually in. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Woohoo!
It's during that time I was doing martial arts, and we studied weapons and everything. And I always was partial to the bow staff. I still practice bow staff. I practice all my weapons, but the turtles, man.
Donatello or Leonardo? I don't remember.
Donatello's bow staff. Leonardo was
Was this
katanas.
katana?
Raphael was sais, and
Sai.
Michelangelo was nunchucks.
Nunchucks, right.
For weapons, I still use it as date more than, well, there's others too. But while doing that, and then watching that show, and just like, yeah, that's not how they did it in the show when you're in class. And my sensei is just like, what? I'm like, the Ninja Turtles don't do it like that. And he's just like, you on the mat right now. John.
Oh, that's funny.
Kick his ass, will you?
He's like, which weapon do you like the most? And I was
Oh,
just like,
gosh.
"Bow staff." And from that embarrassment, I learned how to use nunchucks better. And but I just always love that. I love how they had their different personalities that would conflict with each other, but yet at the same time, they come together as that team, and their different personalities would mold together to become like one great unit that could take or stop any force. Yeah, that's Ninja Turtles for me, man. And then
They're a good
Shredder,
one, too.
voiced
I
by
watched them
Uncle
a lot.
Phil from Fresh
Right.
Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh.
And then when they made that live action movie,
What a fuck is Talking Rats so appealing?
Wow. What a great movie.
I love
And
that.
then
movie.
we got part 2, which was we gotta make this more family friendly for kids. No, us kids,
They're
we loved part 1.
babies.
We loved part 1. You give us this crap of part 2. Part 3, we don't talk about part 3.
Oh God.
Part
we don't
three.
talk-
There's actually a slightly part 4 where they introduced the girl turtle, and it's like, where did you come from?
Oh, that's like an abomination. Yeah.
Gotta have a girl turtle.
Uh,
Girl
yeah.
turtles. Gotta have a next generation.
That was a good one too.
Ninja
Like I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a lot. I really like connected with Raph. Like Raphael was my spirit animal.
Leonardo.
Oh yes, I think I was more of a Donatello and slowly involved as you get older and life gets more, pissing you off. I became more of a Raphael, and yeah,
See, that's how I
I
started.
got a really,
I started off
really,
pissed off.
I got a really, really rare first edition
just-
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book. I've seen every episode of the
Wow.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. I've seen all the movies, and I have no idea why.
It's great.
because it was great.
Because it was on.
I must
For
like
a
it because
comic
I've seen
that-
it all.
For a comic that started as just like a joke about Daredevil, it actually like spawned its own thing, its own universe. It became
Oh
like,
yeah,
huge.
the connected
Um,
universe.
But for me, when I was growing up, the show that I was obsessed with was the Transformers.
Aw.
Of course.
I absolutely loved the Transformers. I would go around the house driving my parents mad, going, constantly. I tried to dress up in like cardboard to like make it so that I could transform for Halloween. I did all that stuff. I owned so many
I would pay
Transformers.
money to see that video.
No, those tapes have been burned. I was the youngest child. They didn't film me. Yeah, that's my answer. Transformers. I watched a lot of Transformers, but I also watched things like Thundercats and He-Man. I mean, those are the kind of shows I was into.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you.
DuckTales.
Ooh.
DuckTales.
Little small dog.
And specifically, I loved the episodes where they had the character with the thief, the three thieves, and Ma Barker, where they had to take on Ma Barker. I loved that because they always sang the song. They would sing a barbershop quartet song that I want a gal just like the gal that married dear old dad. Or oh no, yeah, whatever, something like that. But it was a great song. It was great. You guys don't remember that? What?
No. I will take your word for it.
Yeah, they had these episodes where if it wasn't one of the other villains, it would be Ma Barker and her three sons that would be trying to steal something, and they always broke out into song. I loved it.
Yeah.
That one, and for some reason, Gummy Bears. I remember the
Oh,
song, The
God.
Gummy Bears, but I don't remember the cartoon. But I remember loving the song.
Oh, while you were watching DuckTales, did you catch Tailspin?
I saw Tailspin. I didn't like Tailspin that much, but
Oh,
I was mainly into Ninja Turtles and DuckTales is what I was into.
fair enough. How about some
Uh,
Darkwing Duck?
Darkwing Duck is great. Yeah.
I never watched Darkwing Duck either.
Oh, how dare
Darkwing Duck is
No.
fantastic.
You get off of
If
here
I
right
don't-
now
if
and
I
go watch some
out and
Darkwing
fucking
Duck.
tug, it's a lightning storm here, man.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. I just had to go like take care of my kid for a second. When he was growing up, he used to watch the newer DuckTales, which has like David Tennant as Uncle Scrooge, and
Mhm. Well,
it's pretty good. It's not that bad. And we used to play the game, the Nintendo game, the DuckTales Nintendo game, which is actually a fantastic game. And we played it on the Nintendo Wii U. So my son, when he was like 4 or 5, would sing the DuckTales theme, but it would be DuckTales Wii U, and it's just always been stuck in my head. Have I ever watched Gundam? A little bit. I want to get into it one day. because I'm.
Gundam is awesome.
It is awesome. It's so
My
bad.
kids,
Series of Gundam.
when I had kids, they would watch this cartoon, and I'm not giving it too many props, but there was this cartoon called Rescue Rangers.
Yeah,
Yes!
Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale. Yeah.
And I think I know why the kids like it, because I too had some kind of obsession with the girl rat on that show.
Yeah.
Gadget.
Gadget, man.
Gadget was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a little crush on
He
Gadget.
made me feel things.
Gadget, Rinsha. Oh, what was her name? I forget her last name. It's a crazy last name, but yeah, Gadget. She was hot. Whatever. She was one of the guys.
Yeah, she was
Judge me. I don't care. Rule 34. All right. Anyway.
Well, I apologize.
okay, I think Tracy hasn't answered yet. So
Yeah,
let's make
Okay.
you answer.
mine is a tie between the Flintstones and the Jetsons.
Ooh.
I mean,
I
yeah, they
really
go
like
together.
both. Yeah, I mean, I like seeing that, because sometimes they wouldn't cut the commercials out. They had that commercial for like Winston-Salem or something with Barney and
Don't get me started.
Jim Carrey. Oh my God, that was so
I got
funny.
age restricted because of that.
Oh no! But that was so funny.
You see,
But otherwise,
here's
yeah, I
one for you.
like them.
I got one for you, Tracy.
Yes,
The
sir.
Flintstones and the Jetsons exist in the same universe. The
They had that
Flintstones are
crossover
taking
movie.
place in the future, and the Jetsons live in space above the Flintstones. That's why they're the modern Stone Age family, and that's why you see aliens like Kazoo.
Like it's, yeah.
yeah, right. I agree.
Is that not crazy thoughts?
No, it's funny.
It's not a thought. They did a crossover.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did. They had a crossover.
Mhm.
There you go.
Pretty sure it was Gazoo who brought them together.
Kazoo.
No, that
The great,
little
wonderful.
piece of-
Gundam Winger, Gundam 00. I have a friend of mine who lives in Australia, and he's a Gundam nut. He has seen every single thing Gundam, which is insane. He's already given me a list of things to watch to get into it.
Pull up my collection here. I got a whole series of Gundam. I forget which series it is.
But yeah, he also recommended Gundam 00. He said that was one of the best.
I have no idea what Gundam is other than the
Giant mech
Oh,
suits, man.
yeah. Well,
It's
the channel
Gundam.
is a Gundam.
Yeah. Well,
That guy cracks me up whenever his channel pops up on my stream. I'm like, yeah, I gotta watch whatever he's saying at the beginning of it.
I got this whole freaking series of GT Gundam I didn't know existed, but my buddy gave them to me. He was just, hey, you want this? I can't get into this. I'm like, dude, this is Gundam. And I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, God, I feel like Chance right now, pulling out.
pulling out your media.
Lance always pulls out everything. I think guy's got like every one of everything that ever did. You know?
The part that amazes me is it's all in reaching distance. All of a sudden, he'll be coming out when you talk about it. In
I
2
know,
seconds.
right?
I had to go dig through boxes for an hour to find anything.
I don't know,
just
organized.
knows
I mean, it
where-
looks like
he
a big
just
pile
knows
of
where
mess
everything
behind him,
is.
but he knows where everything is. It's just amazing.
You
He's
know,
got
I
it.
have a
everything.
feeling he's got like
I know
a
where it
coded
is too, but it's in the
system.
bottom of a box in a closet.
But like I said, I think he's got everything numbered like a library, so he could go quickly to the site where it's at.
Oh, he
Sick
definitely
was
has
just
stuff
talking about the
categorized.
Ninja Turtle weapons, and like I was
Mhm.
thinking about going to find the ones that we have in this house because my son was also in karate, but I don't even remember where we put them. I have no idea where they are.
Hidden weapon cache. All right. Hey, Robert, I'm gonna beat you up with this weapon as soon as I figure out where
As
it
soon as I find it.
is.
Aha,
Stay
nunchuck.
right
Oh
there.
wait, these are the stupid foam ones he started with. No, these aren't.
Not a real weapon, Foreman.
Okay, so let's move on to question number 3. What magazine or comic strip did you always grab first? Okay, I'm gonna be a basic bitch and just say Garfield. I really liked Garfield, and I don't even know why. honestly couldn't tell you. I also really liked Calvin and Hobbes, but I stand by Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin and Hobbes I still like as an adult. Garfield is dumb. I'm done.
I think this is an easy one for me. I gotta go with
Zach took control. Go ahead, Zach.
Nope, there you are.
What?
No, Zach, go ahead. Go ahead, because I got my answer. Yeah, go ahead, Zach.
He looks excited.
Yeah, he
Well
does.
done, Zach.
Growing up, the corner store or local comic shop was like a treasure trove, and Marvel comics were the gold. Whether it was the Amazing Spider-Man, X-Men, or the Avengers, I'd snatch them off the rack before anything else. Sorry, Archie digests or newspaper funnies. Marvel stories had this electric mix of high-stakes action, flawed heroes, and soap opera drama that hit differently than the lighter comic strips or magazines like Mad or Highlights.
Yeah, I didn't get into comic books until I was older. I actually got a job working at a comic book shop, and it was a Marvel comic book shop, actually,
Oh, cool.
because it was at Universal, and they had like a whole island devoted to Marvel. And yeah, it was the 90s, which was a very weird time for Marvel comics, but like I really got into the X-Men and X-Man and that madness. It was great. So sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Continue.
No, that's what we're here for. Conversation.
I am a comic book guy, so
Mine would always be the Peanuts, i.e. Charlie Brown. I didn't realize what I had until I got older, and I wished I still had it. I didn't appreciate it because I was too young and stupid to understand what I had. I think my mom told me about it, and it might have went in one ear and out the other. I was so young. I was too young. But I had a complete collection of the Peanuts, all of their baseball stuff.
That's so cool.
Everything they did baseball. And it was a complete book, and it had two like kind of ivory-ish, maybe like with leather. You have your pleather, but it's like it wasn't ivory. It was like Ivory Alert or whatever, and it was autographed by Charles Schultz.
Oh,
I did
man.
not.
No way.
I didn't take care of it. I just would constantly read through it all the time. And when the newspaper would come in the Sunday morning, that's the first comic I went to was what's the new Charlie Brown comic? What's the new Peanuts? Da, 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 da. I was obsessed with the Peanuts. I was too young and dumb to understand what value that book held. And I have no idea where it is to this day. Well, it doesn't matter because I wore it out so much the cover came off. So it was just the pages binded by their binding glue. But it doesn't matter because I have no idea where it is. I lost it somewhere during a move. But yeah, the Peanuts game.
It's a good answer. Yeah, my dad would play that on the piano all the time.
Oh, wow.
So like,
I used to be able to play it, but I haven't been near
it's
a piano.
hard.
Like
I've tried. I can't do it. I cannot do it.
A friend of mine in high school knew how to play them on the bass. He could play it perfectly on the bass. And this guy was like, this guy, he was amazing. He was playing Primus on a 4-string bass, like when we were in 10th grade. So he's gone on to do great stuff. But yeah, I still remember Michael
Sailing those seas of cheese.
My name is Mud. Sorry, I love Primus.
Yeah, me too.
I think Les Claypool is still rated as like the best bass guitarist ever. Just because he sings and does these weird things that are so hard to replicate. Dude, I'm a stand-up bass too. And it's just like, wow, dude. Wow. I hate you. Teach me your wizardry. Just-
It reminds me of Kung Fu. Grasshopper, take the stone from my hand.
ready to learn, master. And first thing he'll do teaching you is burn your fingertips. And it's like, forget about those.
Danny, was that you saying you were ready?
Yeah, I'll be ready. I'm like Zach. Comic books was my love. I love the comic books. I always ran straight to the comic book store, which was the drugstore on the corner, to get the latest Spider-Man or the latest Batman. Or my favorite was Captain America back in them days. But when it come to the newspapers on Sunday morning, there was these little strips that you couldn't find the comic books for no more, like the Phantom, or
Yeah.
John Carter, Warlord of Mars, or Conan, and they were in there on Sunday mornings, and that was really the only place you could see them at that time, because they wasn't on the comic book shelves until later on, or currently at that time when I was doing the comic book first runs. It was only later on that at old classic comic book shops where you could go in and buy back issues that I discovered you could buy the comic book versions of the Phantom or Warlord from Mars. I like John Carter a lot. I think they did really good on that movie when they did that. I didn't hate it.
No, it wasn't bad. It just got lost in the sauce.
The
It was
special
really
effects wasn't great, but you could. I like the giant claw, so I can look past that.
I spent a lot of money on that movie. Yeah.
I got to come up with like a bingo card for Dan and like include things like whenever he mentions the giant claw
Or Duran Duran.
or Duran Duran, right? Yeah.
My art student said,
All right. My favorite one by far is like Tug is Calvin and Hobbes. That one
Great
light
Oh, that
years,
was good.
light years ahead of every other comic strip ever. Like if you get the books of them, they're amazing. They're actually kind of sad at some parts and stuff like that. But I saw a producer say Beetle Bailey, and that reminded me of something.
Oh yeah.
When Beetle Bailey in the 90s, when they made the sergeant or whatever stop hitting on the assistant, on the secretary. I don't know if you guys remember that, but they did that.
I
Yes.
do remember that.
They
Yeah.
were changing the sexism
The whole
stuff,
thing.
and
Yeah.
it kind of ruined it because it took a joke away from it. But also, I hated this comic strip, except when it had this. It was the Family Circle. Absolutely
Ugh.
hated it. It was always dull. It was terrible, except when they had the
That's
imaginary kids.
religious.
Well, when they would have the kids that did something, and they would say who did it, and then there would be the
The
outline
invisible
of a
kid.
kid
Yeah.
called I don't
Mhm.
know, and
Yeah.
I don't know, and what was or I don't know, and I can't remember what the other kid was named.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was all of those. Yeah, they're great.
you know what I got from that? I'm going to
But
go in here.
Calvin
when
Hobbes
this
is definitely
over. When this
like-
stream is over, I'm going back here and pull the box out and whip out the Beetle Bailey comic books and open them up for the first time ever and look through them.
yeah.
That's neat.
I've been thinking about looking through them one day. I'm going to have to check out that secretary thing. They're old, so it'll be good ones.
You'll still have the secretary jokes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though this week when I do a
Nice
comic
guy.
book thing, I'm doing the Bobby Sherman things, like because he passed away.
Yeah. Can you believe it? He was pretty young still, too, to be passing away. I think what I used to go for was Batman, but my favorite was Wonder Woman. Because all the
Everybody
girls
likes
kind of wanted to be Wonder Woman, you know? I can't tell you how many of us twisted ourselves around and just got dizzy. You know? You're all-
Everybody loved Wonder Woman. The girls wanted to be her, and the boys wanted to do her.
That's right. But I loved her. I love Linda Carter playing her. The only thing is, though, I prefer the first season of Wonder Woman as far as the TV show is concerned, because it was closer to the comic book, you know?
Yeah.
I
It,
didn't-
like changed. It like changed
Mhm.
from I think it was like
Twice.
CBS to ABC or something,
Mhm.
and yeah, like the whole style of the show kind of changed.
Yeah, it went
Yeah.
from 1940s to 1970s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the 40s.
I like the
40s was
40s
better. I
episodes
agree.
a lot
Mhm.
better. I was expecting Captain America to show up any day. And I just
Good
recently
night,
bought.
K Moonin.
I just recently bought
Okay.
that whole Wonder Woman thing on DVD. Got the movies and
Oh,
everything.
wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, when I bought it, I opened it up and watched the first 2-hour pilot episode thing. It's all I watched off of it so far, but I did watch that.
Jeff Meter, BBB is taking care of some family stuff tonight. She shall return.
Fear not, she'll be back. Just
So just enjoy the madness of us. You got us, all right? You can go to
The
sleep or
lunatics
you
are
can
running the
stay here
asylum.
for this. All right? The
Remember, our
doors
motto
are
here-
open to the cells. We
We
are
got a
roaming
motto
free
here.
through the hallways.
Hey, we got a motto here. The show must go on.
yes.
Yes.
Even if
She's
it's
only
Tug,
like a couple hundred watch hours away from
yeah,
monetization.
even if
so.
it's Tug just sitting here reading from his book by himself, the show will be here.
You know how many people want me to do that?
Yeah, I do.
Till
I'm so lazy. I don't want to do it myself. I want you to read it to me.
like, wait a minute, what?
I just ordered a whole new box of them. So
Wow. Lots of work.
I've
Yep.
got to order one of those, Tug.
yeah, you do. Get on it.
Some of us already have them.
That was
Well, I'm lazy, Danny.
I got it. I just hadn't started reading it. It's a big deal. I don't get very much time to read, unfortunately. I'd like to read more, but I just don't have time. So the book I'm working on now, I've been on for like 5 months, and it's not really big. I'm going to get to it one day.
Okay. Well, let's go to question number 4. What song instantly takes you back to your childhood? Oh, Zach.
Dang it, Zach.
Draw
One
McDraw.
ready,
He's been
Zach.
really-
I had one
he's been
ready.
really concise
yeah,
tonight.
let him go first.
I didn't even
Mr.
get
Zach.
and he snapped.
You could do it.
He's being downright pithy.
As a kid, Hakuna Matata was more than just a catchy tune. It was a vibe. Sung by Timon
Oh,
and later Simba, the song comes at a pivotal moment in The Lion King.
You're making me throw
Simba,
up.
reeling from his father's
Oh.
death and his own guilt, meets Timon and Pumbaa, who teach him their problem-free philosophy of letting go of worries and living in the moment. That message, paired with the song's upbeat melody and goofy lyrics, hit me hard as a kid. It was like a musical permission slip to just be happy, even when life felt heavy. The song's infectious energy made it impossible not to sing along. I'd belt out, "It means no worries for the rest of your days," while jumping on the couch, probably annoying everyone in the house. Emily and I would reenact the scene, taking turns being Timon or Pumbaa, complete with bad impressions of their voices. It was pure, unfiltered joy, a rare thing that felt like it was made just for us kids.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Is that the one that goes Weem Boy? Weem
No,
Boy?
no, that's
no, that's early.
Totally different one.
Okay.
Somebody turn his
Hakuna
microphone
Matata.
off.
Oh, God. That's
What
one.
a wonderful phrase. I grew up in Orlando. I know all the Disney songs. I know every.
Yeah, I'm
single
sure
one.
you do.
And
You worked there, didn't you?
Yeah, I
You hear
did. I
him when
worked
he
there.
sleep.
The one I hate, the one I cannot stand is "Be Our Guest" because that was like from Beauty and the Beast because that was like
Thank you.
played
That's in my head now.
constantly at Disney World. It was like the motto for us cast members. Don't call them employees. That way they can discriminate. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. It is a good answer. Hakuna Matata is it's a good song. It's a great message for kids. It's neat.
No, it's not.
I hate it.
No, kids need to deal with the real life world struggles that are going to be coming upon them. No, he's just no worries for us today until that bill shows up and then another bill comes right behind it. Oh, I'm low on money. What am I gonna do? No. You need to realize the struggles of life and what you're gonna have to deal with as growing up as an adult. Yeah, sure, you're all carrying wage free, but the IRS doesn't care about your Hakuna Matata. Get out of here with that bull crap.
That's kind of the point of the movie, man. Like, he wants to join this Hakuna Matata mentality, but he has to go take care of the kingdom. You know, he has to learn responsibility. It's kind of the whole movie, right? I mean, that and Hamlet.
What was the damn question again?
What song instantly takes you back to your childhood?
Yeah, bring it to me.
And he come up with the Lion King. How old are you again?
That's the first question I asked. Like, wait a minute.
The song, like, I don't even know the entire song, but all this right here will take me back. Show me that smile. Oh, show me that smile.
The theme from whatchamacallit?
Family Ties takes me back.
Ties, right.
I hate
It's
it.
Growing
I hated
Pains.
that show.
I hate it.
It's terrible. Everything was
terrible.
terrible about it, but for some reason, just
Everything is
hearing that one
terrible.
little bit of that song takes me back.
I feel the same way
That's
about
back
you.
when we used to have full theme songs on shows too.
Mhm.
Back in my day, we didn't have them commercials.
I got two answers for this. And I believe the same guy scored both of them, but I know one of them is the theme to the frickin' A-Team. I always say that dude scored so many TV shows. I'd have to look it up, but he scored a lot of popular TV shows. But that one just always puts you in ready to go to war mode. Like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot at people indiscriminately and not hit any one of them, and make them flip their vehicles over, and they're gonna be just fine. But and the Gypsy theme, it was just like time to get the business. Yeah.
I feel you on that one, bud. Every fight I've ever been in my life, I find myself humming the A-Team when I'm whooping the heck out of them.
And the
draws
third
them closer.
one is the theme of Knight Rider. That needs no explanation.
One of the greatest themes of all time.
Mhm.
The composer guy you're thinking of is Mike Post, by the way. He did a
Mhm.
lot
For,
he did like the
A-Team?
Quantum Leap theme and A-Team.
Yes. He did a lot.
He did a lot of good stuff. I think he did Magnum PI too. That was a good
I'm
one.
glad
Yes, he
Jeff
did.
said that.
Yes, he did. He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Got me thinking, man.
Theme from Bosom Buzzy is good too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready to.
Billy Joel's
I'm
My
pulling you
Life.
up, man. Just give me a
Well,
second.
I've got it on my tip of my tongue. You know, when you first asked that question, the first thing that popped in my head was, I'm just a bill, and I got as far as Capitol Hill.
But now I'm stuck in committee while I sit and I wait.
Yeah. But
I
after
gotta vote on my
Buck
resolution.
after Buck went and I snapped back to reality, I have to go with the tie between my two favorite theme songs from back in the day that always made me feel good. And that was the theme from Cheers. Because sometimes you really want to go where everybody knows your name. Like right here where we are right now. And the
Have
other
you ever
one
heard?
was-
Hey, Danny, have you ever heard that entire song?
Oh, yeah.
That is the most messed up song when you hear the entire lyrics. It's
And
like,
the other one, it's kind of like the theme from MASH. You love the
Yeah,
theme from MASH.
Suicide
Oh,
is pain.
God.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you're like, what?
Wasn't it written by his kid? Like when he was a teenager?
Suicide.
Yeah.
The other one was
Yeah,
the theme from
Tracy.
The Greatest American Hero. And to this day,
That's
I
great.
always feel good when I
Love
hear
that
the
one.
theme of The Greatest American Hero. It's the
That's also one
ultimate
of the best.
feel-good soundtrack theme song that ever existed.
I agree. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But I still can't
Zach-
get that damn bill on Capitol Hill out of my mind now.
Zach, can you highlight the comment of producer? That's a good one. Rhinestone Cowboy.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I rhinestone cowboy.
Dum, dum.
I don't know which
I
part
don't know
sadder.
the rest of these lyrics, but I'm sure they're going somewhere through the air.
I don't know which part's sadder. How many times I've heard that song or the fact I actually had that album.
Oh my gosh.
Mm,
Probably the latter.
I don't know. Let's get out, man. It's a
That's how it is.
collection
I may
piece.
still have it somewhere.
Collection piece. My
I'm
pops
getting rid of
probably
all my
has it in
records.
his collection.
Okay, my answer is a weird one for this question because it's actually Stevie Wonder. I just called to say I love you. The reason being, for whatever reason, we as a family would go to like Wendy's on a special night, like if we needed to do something, and for whatever reason that I still cannot explain to this day, some weird cosmic coincidence, every single time we'd go to Wendy's, it would play Stevie Wonder. I just called to say I love you. And every time I hear that song, it's like Pavlov and the bell. I just instantly want like one of those square hamburgers, man. I don't know what it is. And it reminds me of growing up and going to Wendy's. Like it was a big deal, you know? It's like, I don't know why this is a thing that
God
happened.
darn old Wendy's puts them subliminal messages in
Totally,
the music they play in
yeah.
the restaurant. So every time you
Stevie
hear the song,
Stevie
you
Wonder
wanna
got
come
paid
back.
by Wendy's, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I heard they
Yeah,
get
Stevie
royalties
Wonder
every
is
time
not
they
completely blind.
play.
And Stevie Wonder, like I love Stevie Wonder, and that is such a cheesy song for him, you know, like it's so
That man,
unlike the rest of his
Mm.
stuff.
that man met Shaq and extended his hand to
I know,
shake.
I've seen it.
Oh well.
I saw Stevie Wonder drive a car one time.
Oh,
Oh, I've heard that one too.
It's one of my favorite conspiracy theories.
There's a video. He gets in the car and drives the fuck off. You know, I saw it.
Later.
But you want to talk about killer bass line, Superstition? Oh, I love that.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
great song.
That's one of the best.
I like Higher Ground.
Higher Ground, also excellent song. Yep. That's about reincarnation,
Mhm.
which he believed in.
Well, I hope he was right.
I hope so too. Anyway, has everybody gone with this question?
I think so. Oh,
Nope.
Tracy, have you gone?
Tracy.
The
Okay.
birthday girl. The
Yes, thank you.
27-year-old now. The
27 years
Okay,
old
cool.
today.
Cool, thank you. I'm trying to think.
Happy
Well,
birthday to
everything I
you.
hear this song, like the theme from the Partridge Family and anything Carole King, that reminds me of my childhood.
I get that.
Carole
Mhm.
King
Huh?
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, Carole King is
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, she wrote a lot of music for other people too. And I don't know, something about, listening to the Partridge Family theme. It's like that brings me to my childhood because I used to love that show. So that's it.
That's a good answer. Okay. I guess we'll move on to the question number 5, the last question. If you could bring one piece of childhood media back, what would it be? See,
I
Zach
don't
is rare in
understand
it.
this question.
Me neither, really.
They brought right back our childhood media. Hadn't you seen the new Night Court? It don't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work, man.
Every remake of every old TV show I see turns out to be some kind of a nightmare, pretty much.
Maybe I do have an answer. What you guys say?
Except for when they remade Magnum PI, they did a really good job on that one.
Come on, Mr. Zach.
If I could bring back one piece of childhood media, it's a tough call between Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The 1969 to 1970 original and the classic Looney Tunes shorts 1930s to 1960s, think Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck at their peak, but I'd lean toward both for their timeless ability to spark joy, imagination, and laughter across generations. Scooby-Doo
they
would
did
get my vote for revival because it nailed the balance of spooky, silly, and heartfelt in a way that modern reboots often miss. The Hanna-Barbera simplicity, grainy animation, jazzy chase music, and the mystery-incorporated gang's chemistry created a cozy yet thrilling vibe. Shaggy and Scooby's snack-fueled cowardice, Velma's nerdy smarts, and Fred's ascot-wearing confidence made every episode feel like hanging with friends, solving mysteries that were just scary enough for a kid. Unmasking of villains as regular people taught me that fear is often just smoke and mirrors, a lesson that stuck. Without Scrappy's later intrusion, the show was pure, focused on the gang's dynamic and clever hit. Reviving it would bring back that unpolished charm, perfect for kids today who need a break from overproduced screens. On the other hand, Looney Tunes deserves a comeback for its anarchic humor and universal appeal. Bugs Bunny outsmarting Elmer Fudd, Daffy's wild schemes, and Wile E. Coyote's doomed Acme contraptions were masterclasses in slapstick and wit, crafted by legends like Chuck Jones and Mel Blanc's iconic voices. These shorts were short, punchy, and endlessly rewatchable, packing more personality into 6 minutes than most modern shows manage in a season. Didn't talk down to kids, they trusted us to get the jokes, from clever wordplay to absurd gags like anvils dropping from nowhere. Bringing back Looney Tunes in its original, unfiltered form, without modern tweaks or moralizing, would remind today's kids and adults how to laugh at life's chaos. Both shows, in their prime, were storytelling at its leanest and most human, Scooby-Doo for its heart and mystery, Looney Tunes for its fearless comedy. Reviving them would be like handing kids a time capsule of joy, teaching them that great stories don't need CGI or agendas, just characters you love and a reason to smile.
Animaniacs did a pretty good job of bringing back that like Looney Tunes.
Well,
attitude.
Zach, you make nobody want to follow you. You really do. Who wants to go after that? Just really.
Well, I think that means Dan's got to go.
Before the intrusion of Scrappy Doo.
You make me go
Oh
next.
my
You
gosh,
really
that's stuck in my
It's like you're
head.
being assaulted
Scrappy.
by Scrappy Doo.
Okay, I mean, we're not- if you make me follow Zach, you will regret it.
All right, Dan's up.
All right. Well, okay. The lost
Challenge
media
yourself.
I'd like to bring back. I really miss the porn movie remakes, like Forrest Hump. Forrest Hump was a great movie. I really miss the great
Flesh
classic
Gordon.
porn remakes, like Flesh Gordon. You know, I think
That's
it's
another
really
bingo
bad
square.
that the state of porn has went downhill so bad in this country.
It's oversaturating the market, really. That's
Preach,
the problem.
brother, preach.
Bring back the days of good porn, like Blank Rogers.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What the hell did he just say? Did he say
Well, that was
porn
Danny.
remakes?
That's his
Yeah,
childhood
porn-
media.
They used
Okay,
to remake porns
we're all
based
raised
on
different.
classically good movies. Now they just make
Well,
crap.
you want to remake Big Booty Sisters 16?
W.
No, I'm
Does
talking
Dallas
about,
like
I'm talking about classic
120.
like Flash Gordon that was remade into Flesh Gordon, or Forrest Gump, which was remade into Forrest Hump, or Saving
These are
Private Ryan,
adaptations.
which probably the best of them would be based on the Saving Private Ryan, which was Saving Ryan's Privates,
Privates.
which is a really
Uh-huh.
good war movie.
Yes.
You're funny.
I smell what you're cooking. Yeah.
It
And they
smells
was a really
rank.
strange Dracula Exotica. Oh, and they remade Dracula. It was Dracula Exotica, and the morgue scenes will blow your mind. And that's my payback for Zach's long Scooby Doo thing.
Zach, there's a
what you
great
get for making me go nuts.
readaptation and revival of Scooby Doo. Go watch my video. 10
Yeah,
reasons
go watch
to
his video about
Velma.
Velma. Yeah, Velma.
Yeah, you'll be hooked, and you'll watch that show, and you'll love it. And
Just
then
like
you'll
everybody
probably
who's
hunt
watched
me
it.
down and kill me. But
I really hope
With
everybody
that
in
knife.
chat's laughing at that bit. Maybe I won't get death threats.
Sounds like a plan.
Hey, by the way,
Um,
congratulations to Michael Harper. I see him in chat. Judgment Day, Michael Harper won the big King of the Ring tournament at the wrestling thing they done tonight. He is officially the King of the Ring.
Wow.
Wrestling trivia champion. He's a trivia champion in wrestling. It's a big thing where he comes from.
Okay.
all right.
I did acknowledge him.
I get what you're saying, Dan. I get the references.
I don't. But,
Next.
I guess I'll go.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I still don't understand this question. But what I'd like to bring back is the lack of censorship. as we had the Flintstones were literally advertising cigarettes in a cartoon. Let's
Yeah.
bring that back. Let's bring back the violence of the Ninja Turtles. Let's bring back what made cartoons awesome. Violence. Now, it's kind of the aspect of how they try to relate video games to, oh, you do too much of that in violent video games, you're going to go out and do
Shut
it
up,
yourself.
Jack
No,
Johnson. Yeah.
that is, yeah, it's a 0.00% of the people that actually do crap like that. It's just such a non-statistic, but they're gonna play it up like that, and that's that's one of the reasons we got the MPA ratings. Why we got ratings on video games? It's just like, well, what is this? What is that? You got to be 18 now to buy a certain video game. Super Mario ran around indiscriminately killing animals that he could have just avoided. Tell me the violence of that is acceptable, but
Well, if I see a mushroom walking
out a
towards me,
car.
I'm jumping on that move.
I'm jumping
I
on it
can't
or
help
picking it
but
up and
thinking
eating it.
about the. I'm sorry.
Go
Did
ahead.
the
I can't help but
mushroom
think
come
about
at you violently with a
any-
knife?
Tipper Gore.
I mean,
Any mushrooms that come around me
Tipper
make me trouble.
Yeah, when she started that stuff with the appearance label or whatever.
Yeah, it was like Tipper Gore and that lawyer guy. Jack
And you know
Thompson.
who I was actually kind of shocked by was John Denver was actually, really cool about the whole thing. He didn't give a shit. He
Yeah.
didn't give anything. He just said, let people make music the way they know how to make music. I was like, wow, I'm so proud of you. Rocky Mountain High.
He learned a lot from George
He
Burns.
was eating the mushrooms when he wrote that song.
For me, I got an answer. Actually, I just thought
yeah,
of it.
bring back my non-censorship, man.
I agree,
Let kids be
but I
kids.
want to bring back choose your own adventure novels because I grew up on those and I freaking
Let's
loved
go.
them. I loved them so much.
How many times did you get like halfway through and you died?
All the time. But of
Yeah.
course, I'd always just flip back. It's just like-
That is dysentery.
They had one really it was like a double-sized one, and it was about space vampires. It was my favorite. Anyway, yeah, choose your own adventure novels, man. They spark so much imagination in me. They're one of the reasons I'm a writer, for crying out loud. I freaking love them. If I can't bring those back, I want drive-in movie theaters to come back. I really thought they were going to come back during COVID. I thought that was like the perfect time for them, but it didn't happen, and I'm very sad that it didn't happen because I miss drive-in.
Yeah, that would have been something.
Yeah.
They still would have been around today.
Yeah,
Some still exist.
they do exist, but they're very hard to find.
Some, yes,
Yeah.
some. We got one in Atlanta that is in the wrong area, a haven for crime, but it's always
Well,
thrived.
yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah. I don't even know if they
You're
still show
funny.
movies. I gotta go check on it. Frickin' Starlight Drive-In. Dang, I gotta check on that.
I've heard about the Atlanta drivers.
Yeah. Whew, nothing like going rush hour traffic and going like 65 miles an hour bumper to bumper. I don't ever want to do that again. That's terrifying.
That and Washington, D.C. are two of the worst spots in America, I heard. For just street traffic now. As
Orlando's
far as
pretty
California.
bad. Orlando's
Yeah.
really bad because you got people from all over the world all trying to find Disney World, and they're all lost, and they've all got their rates.
Isn't it like Orlando's two different cities? Like one is like for the people, and the other one is for Disney.
Yes.
But the people who are there
Yes.
for Disney get lost, and they wind up in everybody else's space.
There's like two different roadways.
The worst
you're
traffic
gonna-
I was ever in was in California, man. San Francisco. And they got these hills.
That's
Man.
a
You don't want to be in
cakewalk.
traffic on hills that roll.
Yeah, my dad was always telling me about learning stick shift when he lived in San Francisco as a kid. So yeah, I
San
don't know.
Francisco was a nightmare, man.
Anyway, why am I
And my
being?
worst
What am I doing?
My worst traffic is somewhere
Bringing media
through,
back.
going through Gary, across the tollway, going
Yeah.
west, or Nashville, Tennessee. I despise Nashville.
All those
There,
Y's, man. What is that?
Indianapolis 465 is a piece of crap. Places like that make me miss Atlanta traffic.
You know, I actually trust Buff when it comes to traffic more than anybody else to tell
Well,
us.
yeah.
Because he's actually a truck driver.
True.
He's out in it all
He's-
the time. He would
Mhm,
probably know
you're
it.
there.
I heard so many horror stories about California, and I got to California. I was just like, that's not that bad. It's not. The 101 can be annoying. 5
405 too.
going. Well, five depends on where you are. But I don't think they held a candle to Atlanta. But too
Mhm.
many places. Who said DC? Did you say that?
Yeah,
DC. Oh my god.
yeah. I've heard they're
'Cause
kind of
we gotta
strict.
Yeah, we got to take that bypass around DC, and those idiots, they're just constantly changing lanes. Da, 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 da. Oh, big truck. I can jump in front of it with inches
Yeah, right.
between the bumper. Anyway.
It is.
Anyway.
Well, I've got my
Don't put the
answer.
camera on me. Don't put the camera on me. Go back to Tracy.
You want them to find you. I think mine would be the TV show back in the day called Zoom. It was like on PBS, and it was a
Oh,
kids show for kids.
yes.
You know,
I remember
and that
Zoom. I
reminds
remember
me
Zoom.
so much of my childhood because I used to watch that show religiously.
Was that around the time of the electric company?
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm And Sesame Street too.
Sesame Street's still around, but
3, 2,
Zoom
1.
was so educational.
That was
I
that was
loved
way
Zoom.
after that 3-2-1 contact thing.
Yeah.
You know what I also like
Zoom.
watching? It's watching Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Carmen
I used to
Sandiego,
watch
of
that with the
course.
kids. How I babysat for. They like that show, so I like that show too.
So if you
You
saw
said-
Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, you saw MathNet then. Or
Oh.
what was that show that had MathNet at the end of it? I don't know.
I don't know. You said Zoom. Do you remember Nova?
Nova.
Yes.
Nova's fantastic. Yeah.
Cosmos.
And Cosmos. Yeah.
hmm
Good stuff.
Carl Sagan. Yeah,
Ghost
buddy.
Rider.
I'll be honest with you, man. Sesame Street always freaked me out a little bit. It had weird characters like a giant talking bird, that Snuffleupagus guy. Ernie and Bert.
Aloysius Snuffleupagus. Get
But
his
the
name
worst-
right.
The worst was
Say
Bert and
his
Ernie with
name.
the worst was Bert and Ernie with their special relationship.
Okay.
I'm sensing some homophobia out of you, Dan.
Hey, Ernie was the top.
My kid, when he was little and he was watching PBS, he got attached to a show called Sid the Science Kid, which was awesome. It was all about like teaching kids how to be empirical, how to run an experiment. And it was like so cool, so wholesome, so educational. I have no complaints. I think PBS does great stuff for kids.
Yeah. Bill Nye Science Guy kind of deal, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
fraud.
Well, like when he was doing Bill Nye the Science Guy, when he was, before the craziness.
Nah.
And who was that other guy from the 90s? Beekman's World.
Oh God, I can't.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
even
One of the most 90s shows ever.
stand No, I thought that was Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell for sure. Yeah.
When I wake up in the morning, my clock. Anyway.
So Caldy, I think, is the only one who hasn't answered the last question.
Yeah, he's waiting to talk about Professor
All right.
Proton.
I would bring back what they used to call zines back in the day. It was
Nice.
little short little magazines that would be printed pretty much in your bedroom, and they would be handed out at shows or something like that, and they would have information that was about bands that were coming up, album releases and stuff like that that you couldn't get anywhere else. And Pitchfork just completely, as good as Pitchfork used to be, Pitchfork mutilated the indie scene like that. They just ate it all up. Like I would also bring back indie labels to where they actually go out and they find good bands and they bring them out to the forefront, other than people having to have 5 accounts on social media and trying to go viral over one thing. It was just someone wrote a song, they recorded it, and then it was brought to the public and some people got to listen to it and it was good. And now it is, you have to search and search and search for the good stuff. And I hate that I have to do that. I hate it.
Yes.
I actually ran a zine when I was in middle school. It was like for the entire school. I ran a zine.
I worked for one called Nashville. Worked. When I say worked, I wrote for it, called Nashville Zine, and it was me and like 5 other people that all had access to this one website, and it was one of the greatest periods of my life because we would get albums sent to us to review and stuff like that, and Todd was the guy that ran it, so he would he'd be like, oh, this, Caldwell likes this, so I'm going to send these bands to Caldwell to review and stuff like that. And everything was just nice. It was awesome.
I do miss those days. That's a good choice. Yeah.
I miss those days. They were so good because you got to truly write about what you wanted to write about, how you wanted to write about them. You could put them down if you wanted to say like, hey, your first album was great, and then you put this crap out.
Just say that.
We're coming to your show, but everybody knows your new album sucks. So that kind of thing. It was great.
I heard they suck live.
Oh, I saw a lot of bands that sucked live that were great on the. Oh man. And that was the other thing we did. We did live reviews of the band. There would be other people that would do live reviews of the band, and they would.
Right.
It was awesome, man. That was a great period of my life. And Shane, that was in Nashville, your favorite town. All right.
Hold on, I'm looking for something.
Anybody else answer?
I think everybody's answered.
Okay. I got a question.
Okay.
I got an answer.
What is the one cartoon? It can be cartoon media wise or strip. What's the one you hated the most?
The Snorks.
Oh
I
God.
couldn't stand those things. Freaked me out. And they were like knockoff Smurfs, and they were underwater, and they had a stupid butthole on their forehead.
Yeah. The Snork sucked, and the guy that took over the Far Side after Far Side ended,
it was not the same.
He tried to do the Far Side, but it sucked. It wasn't funny at all. It was like, what are you doing here?
I gotta go with the Smurfs. I never understood how you had it. During that time, I understood the birds and the bees. How do you have one female in a village full of males?
And she wasn't even natural. She was made by Gargamel.
I was about to say, I can explain that. That's because Gargamel made her.
If you build it, they will come.
They will come.
Sorry.
Oh God!
That's the best.
That was the best.
You win, Tracy. Win.
That hurt. That made me hurt. Oh,
Eric, did I put you into next Tony?
I'm turning bright red, man. That was fantastic.
I couldn't help myself. I like raunch.
I gotta turn off for a second.
you had to admit, the Smurfs had to be drawn by a gay guy.
More deviant.
He's crying.
That's why they're blue.
I still hadn't regained composure, Doug. You're doing better than me.
I want a human here.
I think I choked.
Favorite animated movie, Mike Harper?
Oh,
Secret
Heavy
of Nam.
metal.
animated movie.
Okay,
Heavy
Zach has
metal. Heavy metal,
Heavy
man.
metal.
That was a good one.
Hated SpongeBob.
You hated SpongeBob. Oh man, I still love SpongeBob.
was a beautiful show.
I didn't hate SpongeBob.
Speaking
I
of
hated his friend.
SpongeBob,
I
I've got
hated his
stuff
friend
for the after
Parker.
party.
I'll tell you
Now you got me
what I
very
liked.
salty.
Like the newer stuff. I like Two Dumb Dogs. I like Cat Dog, and I
Cat
liked
Dog was great.
yeah, oh yeah, and then I liked the other one, Two Dumb Dogs, and then the Cat Dog, and then there was a other one. I can't think of the name of it. It'll come to me later. But anyhow, I like stuff like that because it's just so bizarre.
Was it Ren and Stimpy?
No, it wasn't Ren and Stimpy, unfortunately.
Another cartoon my son was really into was Phineas and Ferb. I really like Phineas
Aw.
and Ferb.
Oh, I
think it was really
love
good.
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb is very cool.
Cute.
But yeah, Ren and Stimpy, man. I remember watching Ren and
Yeah,
Stimpy
Ren
in
and
the
Stimpy
90s.
was cool.
There's a show you can't get away with today.
No.
Yeah, right.
Animated movie. I gotta go with Akira.
Akira. Wow, good one. Not something you should watch when you're a kid, but yeah.
You know what I like too is
Caught it.
Tom and Jerry.
So young.
Tom and
Like the
Jerry.
older Tom and Jerry's.
When I was young, for animated movies, we always watched The Wall with the Pink Floyd thing.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's nothing like walking swastika hammers. Yeah.
Well, all in all, I mean,
Just a, okay.
And that pornographic flower scene. I mean, come on.
The Wall.
Favorite animated movie was The Soldiers.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with
not
that one.
familiar with that.
I will look it up.
I got one for you. How about Watership Down?
Hmm.
I like
That's
that
That's
one.
one to
sad.
show your kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was a
it for
sad one.
Mm.
Velcro, you disappear on the screen, girl. You completely disappear.
Yeah. Boodoo.
Trying to
You're
think.
very dark,
How
girl.
come I feel so sorry for that cat right now?
Why do you feel sorry for this cat?
I don't
This
think
is one of the happiest cats in the world, my friend.
Aw, look at the baby.
He's shoving his face in the camera.
Yeah, I showed my Chihuahua's face in the camera,
Uh-uh.
but she's
I
always
did
like
that-
near me.
If I did that to my cool dog, she would bite me.
Yeah, it's a dog.
No, she is picky, I'll tell you that.
All right, I'm
Oh
gonna
my
throw
God.
this one out there because it goes back so far. DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Marvel.
I'm Marvel.
Mhm.
I don't.
He wouldn't know, but
I'm gonna pull a Dan. I don't care about none of them. All of them are stupid. They ain't real. Look at them. None of that crap is real. You can't really do it.
Double Dare. My brother was on Double Dare.
Wow.
Oh wow!
And
Did he get
we grew up in
slimed?
Orlando, and Nickelodeon was right there. And yes, I have been slimed.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah, it's basically just sugar. It's basically just like corn syrup.
Oh. Oh my god! And you would have to be
I meant
sticky all
small
for the rest of the
soldiers.
day.
Oh, small soldiers.
Small
right.
soldiers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. All dogs go to heaven. That's a good one, Wash. Spirit, Stallion
should I
of
bring
the...
up? Should I bring up Felix the cat?
Let's go.
Yeah, go there.
That's that third one I was thinking about. Cow and chicken.
Leader Suit Larry. Cow and chicken. Yeah, that's a crazy one.
I
I
remember
love that
that
one. It's
too,
funny.
yeah.
Invader
Those three I
Zim.
like.
Nobody wants to talk about.
Invader Zim. That Invader Zim was a great cartoon that gave us Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Yeah, right. That sounds cool.
Wow, I love Invader Zim. I love his little robot more. Wow, I forget his name, but it was like a great episode. He had the little robot companion. I forget his name, but he
I do
jumped
too. I had a
into
friend
like
who had him like tattooed on his leg. I can't remember his name either.
God. He jumped into he made his way onto the this enemy ship that was trying to attack Zim, and
Grr.
he just ends up Yeah, he ends up in the co-pilot seat, and the guy just looks at him. He's just, and he looks at him. And he's just like looks at the control panel and starts pushing buttons. What's that button do? What's this button do? What's this button do? And just pushing them. Just like
Oh
it
my
drives the
God.
ship haywire.
Well, at least it
Go ahead,
ain't
Zach.
snakes on the plane.
I pick Marvel, fuck DC.
It's too dark. Turn the light up on your cameras.
Yeah, I grew up loving because again, I grew up in Orlando and I was surrounded by Disney all the time. I freaking loved Don Bluth movies because it was like the alternative, you know.
Mm.
And Secret of NIMH was my childhood. I watched it over and over again. Yeah, and then I grew up and I learned the real story, and now it makes me sad.
I like those Tim Burton movies, like The Nightmare Before Christmas. and
Nightmare
stuff.
Before
Those are
Christmas.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the Secret of NIMH was about until about a year ago.
It's dark, man. It's real dark.
I truly did.
1 year.
I was watching the Rat Experiment, and I think it was JS popped in my chat, and he goes, "You know what that's about, right?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "It's Secret of NIMH." I was like, "What?
They
What?
even have a rat
What?" And then
statue out in front of the National Institute of Mental Health. Yeah.
a piece of my
Oh,
heart
wow.
broke off and fell off onto the floor.
Yeah,
at that
once you
moment.
learn about that behavioral
Yeah, it
state,
just got real dark, real
Yeah.
dark.
Like the DC universe, yeah.
Land
Yeah,
Before
see
Time.
what's going
Yeah.
Mm.
What, huh?
Stupid joke. Move on.
Okay. I will say that owl though really freaked me out. I've talked about it before. I'm probably not on this channel, but the owl from The Secret of NIMH gave me nightmares, man. I loved that movie, but that owl was freaky. The white eyes and everything.
When I was
Demonic.
young, I thought The Secret of NIMH was one of the greatest cartoons ever made.
It is one of the greatest cartoons ever made.
Especially when I found out it was similarly based on a true thing, you know.
Yeah, thing that
Really?
is way darker than the movie, yes.
Wow.
Because the movie's just like her kid is sick and there's a lawnmower or something, and if she has to go to the lee of the stone. That's the movie that taught me the meaning of the word lee, which I've never used in my life. Anyway.
I have special memories for them Hobbit cartoons they come out with and Lord of the Rings, even though they were shabbily done. Kind of crappy.
Yeah.
I did like them though back then when I was a kid.
I think the Hobbit cartoon
Mhm.
holds up. The Lord of the Ring one's not so much, but the Hobbit one is still
See, I like it. I really like them a lot because I saw them. And that made me interested in it, and that led me to too much time spent reading the books.
yeah.
And then rereading them because I was too stupid to understand them the first time I read them. So I had to reread them.
American Tail. Yes, another good one. Fievel.
Fievel?
Yeah. Fievel. There are no cats in America. In the street.
Yeah.
I'll see your Fievel and raise you the rescuers that had an actual frame of nudity. And one,
Oh, God.
Those
we
Disney
still-
animators, man, those were horrible conditions.
I
Oh, God.
I
Have we
really
still
do
covered
miss
cartoons
old
now?
school.
Can we move on to something else that don't involve animation?
I really do miss old school Disney animation where they snuck all that stuff in. The sexual innuendos, like the cover of
It wasn't
the
just
Little
Disney
Mermaid.
either. Roger Rabbit,
Um,
man.
Mhm.
Oh wow, the crotch shot. I
The
know what
crotch
you're talking
shot.
about.
Mhm. Even Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew, yeah.
I didn't care much for Roger Rabbit, but I
So-
really, really liked Jessica Rabbit a lot.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I think only thing I can say about old Roger Rabbit, he had 2 lucky rabbit's feet.
Oh god. Sold at Woolworths back in the day.
speaking
I
of
mean,
reading the
it-
book, that's completely different. Have you ever read the books? The Roger Rabbit books?
I didn't
They're
know there
so
were.
much
No, they're
darker.
dark as
They're
hell.
messed up. Yeah, I recommend it.
When you
Yes.
open them up, does Roger Rabbit pop up?
Jesus.
No, but when I saw Jessica Rabbit, something else popped up. Hey, oh,
Somebody had to say it.
Poppin' fresh.
You see what happens, Chrissy, when you're not here?
Anyone seen Watership Down?
Yes, I
Yes.
have seen Watership Down, and it traumatized the hell out of me.
I brought that up earlier, man, because that was one of the ones I showed my kids that they really enjoyed.
And the rats are like underground, and they're like starving, and they're all like almost skeletal, and they're like trying to claw their way to the surface. Ah.
There's nothing better than a cute little movie about some bunny rabbits.
Dying horribly.
okay.
Oh my
Along
god.
that,
Fern Gully.
along
That movie would give
line,
Chance nightmares.
Yeah, it would.
Oh no.
Yeah, Chance has a
Along
pet
that-
rabbit. We shouldn't tell him
I
about
know.
that.
His baby's cute. She's a good rabbit.
along that aesthetical line, since Danny wants to move away from animation, let me throw this one at you. In your childhood, I already know my answer, of course, because what is the one movie from your childhood that traumatized you and sticks with you for life? Mine is The Crying Game.
I'll have to say, I
Your
got
childhood?
Yeah, I saw that movie right when it was released
Oh,
on VHS, and I was young. And that one scene,
Oh
yeah,
gosh. That
messed
movie.
me up for life.
Mine was the dark. Mine was the Dark Crystal. I didn't watch Muppets after that.
That scene where they're like
I did-
sucking
I
their
did-
soul
I
into the
did-
juice. The Skeksis are
Oh.
drinking it and stuff. Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
Not a fan. Not a fan of Jim Henson after that.
Hey, I got you really good. I got you really good, Buff. When I was 7 years old, you're not gonna make me big, man. I like it better like this. But when I was 7 years old, my parents took me to the theater at 7 years old to see The Exorcist.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's because I made smart remarks about not believing in God, so they took me to see The Exorcist, so
Oh
I
my
believe in God.
gosh.
But instead, I believe in the devil more. But that movie kind of traumatized me a little bit because I was so young when I seen it. But now it's like classic and one of my favorites.
Mhm.
Jacob's
Chairman
ladder
says
was. What
Fern
the
Gully.
Mhm.
Fern Gully's a good answer.
Forget Fern Gully. Wait.
I think the movie
Well,
that
I
scared
like
me
Jacob's
most.
ladder,
If I
man.
really want to be crude about it, the other movie that traumatized me a little bit was Deliverance.
Oh God,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a great movie though. But the movie that scared me, I guess, was Rosemary's Baby, because it's the baby of the devil. And when they showed the baby and his eyes are red, it was like that freaked me out.
not scaring you, but you saw mess with you, and it still sticks with you to today. Would it still be that one?
For
No,
me, yeah, I mean, I saw Alien when I was 9, and that it kind of messed me up. But like, I can watch Alien now and I'll be fine. But The Borgifying scene in Superman 3 traumatized the hell out of me as a kid.
Fair enough.
That was messed up. That was scarier to me than Alien. Let's tell you
Are you
something.
talking about? Wait.
Alien
Some of the
is
scene
great.
where she got
She
turned
gets like
into a robot?
Borgified. Yeah. She like gets sucked into the
Yes.
machine, turned into a
Yeah,
cyborg. Yeah.
That
messed up.
Yeah.
You know, that'd been
was-
funny if that thing that came out of her said, "Here's Johnny." I would kill for that.
I think Alien
Allegedly, it was improvised.
the Sting, well, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it was in the script, and some people knew it was going to happen, and some people didn't. The most improvised part, though, is the actress. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Veronica Cartwright. When she like gets the blood all over her and she's like screaming, she actually like fainted immediately after that. Like that was not scripted. The blood wasn't supposed to drench her like that. She just happened to be right where it sprayed. And she didn't really know what was going to happen. Like she went in blind. So that was not scripted. So anyway, but I think the Sting kind of I kind of went away with Alien because then I saw Spaceballs, and at the end, hello my baby, hello my honey.
I don't see how that could be
Kind of made
scary.
it scary to me.
It's even funnier when they redo it in a movie called Galaxina. If you ever seen that,
You've mentioned it before. I still haven't seen
you
it.
still haven't watched Galaxina, have you?
Dude, you've given me so many movies to watch. I've only got so many hours a day.
Too many hours in the day.
Everybody should see Galaxina. It's got a really great actress who passed away named Dorothy R. Stratton in it. It was her last movie role, and she did remarkable. She was going to be great if she hadn't passed away.
Wait a minute. Is that Dorothy Stratton, the one with the crazy boyfriend that killed her?
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring all that up, but yeah, she got her
Oh,
head blown
yeah.
off crazy. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I like true crime.
Yeah.
It's part of the conversation. I mean,
No, it's perfectly valid. Yeah.
It's
Okay,
fair.
Zach's got
Yeah.
something to say.
When the movie was actually in the theaters when she was shot and killed, and made the movie a little bit more popular, I guess. But
Wow.
I thought the movie's brilliant, man. It's just a brilliant movie. It's really funny. It's a spoof of science fiction, and it's one of the movies I recommend people see it. I thought everybody had seen it. I really did. It was so big at the time. But that's from a day and age where I'm older than most people, and I don't realize the younger people probably didn't see that. I think it came out in 1980, 81,
Yeah.
something like that. Maybe, 1980, 81.
It's like about 14 back then.
Childhood Nightmare was the fourth kind. It was based in Alaska and aliens.
And it had that like quasi-realistic, like found footage kind of feel to it. I can see that scaring you. Like Fire in the Sky. That scene in Fire in the Sky where he's all strapped into the table and the aliens are like poking him in the eye and stuff.
that's why I don't mess with Alaska, even though my niece is from there.
Well, yeah, including Vivian Lee. She never took a shower the rest of her life, but she always took baths.
Yeah. I
Oh,
heard
no.
Psycho did that to a lot of people.
Man,
Is that why we have hippies now?
No, that's why we have
Interesting.
Timeline adds up. Yeah.
you watched Hotel Rwanda as a kid? Man, the people in the chat had some messed up
How
childhood.
old are you?
Hotel Rwanda was a
That
feel-good
movie's not that old.
That
He
was a-
said earlier he was born in like 96 or something, so he's really
Yeah, Harper's
Yeah.
real young, man. He's a kid. He ain't like us old people.
well, I mean, he's still older than Tracy. She's only 24.
Yeah.
You got a point there. You are not 97. Shut up.
He was born in 97.
Oh my god. Wow.
97.
He's not
I
even
remember
30
what I was
yet.
doing in 97, and I can't say it on here.
I don't
that was in
remember
my
what I was doing in 97.
That was in my sophomore year of high school.
I was in my freshman year of college where I should not have ever been. I should never have gone to college.
I
I, I,
entered the
was,
workforce in
I was so
97.
incredibly high. I don't remember none of 1997.
I was in my
I don't
junior
remember
year
none
of
of that
college,
year, man.
and
What happened?
same as you, Dan. I don't remember it. So
I'll have to Google 97 to see what happened and see if I remember any of it.
What
Nothing
happened?
really
Tell me
memorable
what
happened.
in 1996 Google.
you took too many drugs.
I know, but what happened in 1996 caused what happened in 1997. In 1996, my grandparents passed away and left me like so much money it was pathetic, and I went on like a 2-year party spree, and I don't really remember much for a while after that.
Jeez.
I
Sorry
think
to
they
hear
found
that.
Eric Rudolph in '97. That piece of crap. Bombed our nice, peaceful Olympics. Or
that.
damn,
I
was
think
that the same year or was that
banned
'97?
from several amusement parks.
When did they bomb that place in Oklahoma? The Murrah building, I think it was. in
That
Oklahoma?
was '92.
That was like 91
Oh, okay.
or 92 because I remember a friend of mine had an apartment complex from a state building in Mississippi that was named the Murrah or Murray building, and they were like, "Be careful, don't get near the windows. They might bomb that one too because it's the same name."
The
Oh, dear God.
bombing, the Oklahoma City bombing.
Why were
the
they
bombing
Canadian?
happened April 19th.
Every building named Murray, it's going up.
Hey, it happened
Wait.
April 19th, 1995, dude.
95. Oh,
95, still in high
Wow.
school.
Mike Harper, my brothers started watching Aliens when I was a kid, and like I watched it all the way up until the scene where they're going to the alien queen, and then my parents got home and they pulled me away from the TV because they're like, no, this is too scary. Why are you letting him watch this? And what my imagination came up with, because I have an overactive imagination, was like 50 times scarier than anything that's actually in the movie. So like they did me a disservice by pulling me away from the TV. They should have just let me watch it.
You'd probably be
It is rough
scared
when you
for
got
weeks.
when you're a rider and you got that rider's imagination.
Exactly, that's what it is, man.
Run
It's
crazy.
like the back of the box of the movie Predator scared me. The movie, not so much.
I've only seen one movie in my whole life that really left that oh my God feeling, and you know that was just bad taste kind of movie, and that movie was The Human Centipede. It had a
man.
real
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
that movie had that effect on me, like oh God.
never seen it. I have no desire to see it.
Yeah, you don't need to, man. The only movie that's ever like really gotten under my skin was mentioned earlier in the chat. It's Jacob's Ladder. That movie still scares me,
Mhm.
like
I've seen that-
existentially terrifying.
I saw that movie one time, and that was it.
Yeah,
That was enough. It totally terrifying.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, it popped in my head, but I saw this. I can't remember the name of it, but I saw this movie about this guy that turns into this monster, and he's like based on cicadas. The
No.
Beast Within. And if you ever see The Beast Within, that movie will gross you out on levels you didn't think was possible.
I don't know, man. I've seen some pretty gross stuff.
Yeah, you had to. Man. Oh. Obviously, you hadn't seen it because when I brought it up, you'd have probably made a puke face.
I don't know. Have you seen Transmorphers?
Yeah, that's a sci-fi movie, right?
What is that? Is that one of those porno films that Danny wants to come back?
No, it's one of these B-class rip-offs of Transformers. It is
I was thinking more-
hilariously
Oh,
bad.
I'm just asking questions.
See, now you guys got me thinking about that movie Face Off.
Face.
Oh,
With Nicolas Cage.
It's actually a
Uh-huh.
good movie, but it's
That's a
kinda
great
gross.
movie.
It's a good movie, but it's gross.
Face Off?
Why would anybody want Nicolas Cage's face on it?
You're missing the bigger picture about switching people's faces when they have a height difference.
Yeah, there's a lot of like logistical problems, but it's a John Woo movie, man. You leave your brain at home.
Exactly.
Pigeons and doves. Yeah.
Exactly.
I will never forget when John Woo did the Hulk, and I went over to one of my friend's house, and he had, this is back in the, it was like he had 2 monitors, and we were like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
you're fancy!" And up on one monitor, he's got this news article up that says San Francisco just got gayer. That's all it said about this
Oh,
John Woo
God.
Hulk movie. That it was just like San Francisco just got gayer, and I was like, "That's
Well,
awesome."
I'm glad you said that, not me.
San Francisco treat. Oh,
Oh, God.
I've been to San Francisco once. I'll to never go back again.
Yeah, I have no desire to go there now, for sure. I don't need to see human feces.
As far as I know, I ain't never stepping foot in California again.
All I know is I don't want to climb that high and then hopefully not fall down the street on my ass. I
Oh.
mean, anything could happen, right?
Yeah.
Oh, if I didn't say it before, happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday
22nd
to
birthday.
you.
Yeah, she's
Happy
22.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You threw a little
That's when you
Marilyn Monroe in it.
Yes, thank you. You caught that.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And it's hard when the air, people dying everywhere. Happy birthday.
It happens every minute. One pops up and one goes down. 6 feet down.
Title of your sex tape. But anyway, sorry, I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Funny show. If you people have never seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, please watch it. If you like just goofy humor, cop show. Great show. Anyway,
That was one of the last great sitcoms.
Mm.
wow, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that.
Yeah, it really is. It was one of those that right before like streaming hit really hard.
Yeah. I'm sitting here watching like Blacklist right now, and this shit just get. I'm thinking about doing a video, and it's gonna have to be a serious series because this is like the worst FBI I've seen depicted in a TV series ever.
Mm.
It's just like, hey, we got this high-profile target who's killed 100 people. How about the 2 of us go confront him? No, you have a strike team at your disposal. Why don't you take some of them with you? Oh, and they always get away. They always run. One guy is always getting blown up. One girl always complaining
Yeah.
about, hey, I didn't know he's my father. All this. Oh my God. Every time a man goes down, they bring in 2 women. I'm like, oh, and you can watch the show progressively get more and more woke. Sorry,
what?
I'm ranting right now.
Go back.
A man goes down and 2 women come up. Yeah.
Every time a
Yeah,
man
right.
goes down, they bring in 2 women.
Oh,
Everyone that falls
checking, I heard
shall rise. It
Reminds me of that
literally
Beach Boys
happens.
I mean, if 2 women
Oh.
came in, yeah,
Girls for
I would too.
every guy.
Let me correct that statement.
I love
For
that.
every woman that dies in that show, they bring up 2 new female characters, and it's just like, oh, and that's like happening around season 5-ish.
Wow.
It's just, I'm like, oh, and that's like you can watch the show just get woker and woker and woker as it goes along. It's just like, okay. I'm watching the show for the other guy, James Spader. Him as Raymond Reddington, who's the criminal. I'm watching the show for him because he has more episodes than the one chick you're supposed to be watching, Elizabeth King, who the show is supposed to be based around. But
Anybody
he
who
has
watched
more
Boston
episodes.
Legal? He's great in Boston Legal.
Oh,
Yeah, him and
I like
Shatner.
Boston
some
Legal.
of Boston Legal.
I
Yeah.
love Boston Legal.
Shatner was on that.
Yeah, Shatner's great in that.
I like that.
Your Honor, I. It's
I don't think they ever had an end
harsh.
show, did they? Like a final show.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Anyway, I think we
Speaking
should
of-
start wrapping it up.
Yes.
Tomorrow on my channel at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific, I will be there with Dan and friends, and we're going to talk about the Star Trek Next Generation movies, all 4 of them. Who just disappeared? Oh, there she is. That was weird. And then I'm also dropping a video right after that on Supergirl. So look forward to that. And does anybody else have anything to plug? And Caldy,
Yeah,
get set up for the after show.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna-
actually,
yeah.
I
All of
actually
you,
dropped a
I'll-
new one.
I will see some of you over there. If not, I will see you next week. I love you all.
Cody, you know
I
what
wish
it
you all
is.
the
Send me a link.
Yeah, put it in the chat, private chat.
Yeah, I came up with a new one about one of my favorite TV shows from like all time. And it was about Maggie Kirkpatrick. She's an actress who was on that show, and she was also in the pirate movie. So, and I thought I'd share that information with you guys.
Cool.
You know, to introduce you to a new show. And then I've got another one coming out. Now I'm starting to really think of things. Before it scared me for a little bit. I stopped for a while, and I'm going back into it, you know. But this time I've got like my brains are really focused on that now. Because I had a job before and it was like not the greatest. So watch it.
Like,
Yeah,
memories
definitely.
kicking into overdrive.
I loved the pirate movie. I used to watch that a lot as a kid.
Yeah, Dave Sundstrom loves that movie too.
It was like one of the very first movies we recorded on our brand new VCR.
Yeah.
It was on the same tape with Return to Oz. Speaking of childhood trauma.
Oh well.
Okay. Anybody else? Zach, go ahead.
Planning on starting an exercise series this next week and maybe a Q&A Wednesday.
Nice.
Exercise. Is it gonna be you flailing a knife around?
I need to do that stuff.
You need to flail a knife around.
Oh, do you know? If you know, you know.
I know. I've seen that knife.
I guess y'all know who I am. Sick2210. Subscribe, click like, whatever. Just watch my nonsense videos. I'm gonna get back into my movie formats. I'm gonna get back into this stuff. I'm avoiding Ironheart right now because there are 2 great guys that are doing it better than I can. Movies are crap right now. I just don't feel like watching them and review them. But we're doing a lot of live streams. I don't know when my next one's gonna be. I don't know. I'm just so random right now. I suck. But just keep a lookout.
Yeah, just let me know when you're watching your next Radical. I want to see that.
Oh yeah, I gotta go check the Radical series, new stuff.
All right. Anybody else? Go ahead. Then. Go ahead, Zach. I'm scared. Zach, I'm scared.
He's laughing too much.
Are you happy?
He's thinking about what he's gonna do with that knife.
Hey Buff, I don't know who the fuck you are.
Look at here.
Nicely done.
I have seen you and the way you with the knife. All right. I want to recruit you from my company. All right. You are going to be #1
Miss
pirate.
Cleo, is that you?
You board that ship first.
Wow.
It's one of his alter egos.
Ah.
Shabby Kings.
Oh, gee, man.
Miss Cleo.
I guess you can see me tomorrow on the show with him. And
That
that's
would be me.
all I'm doing this week because it's 4th of July week. It's hot, and I'm going to be around a lot of irritating children. I'm not looking forward to it. Cookouts, lots of beer, snotty noses, and sunburns is my future.
Good time.
You're right.
I'll be so glad when this is over. I'm looking forward to after 4th of July week.
Oh, I'm looking
Fair
forward to
enough.
when
By the
fireworks.
way, and the worst part of it is the fireworks. They make my dog freak out.
Mm-hmm.
She don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
I have to endure hours and hours of endless barking at them.
One of the things I don't like about the Midwest is that fireworks season is going to last until like mid late August. So
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yes,
we'll get
sir.
lucky and have a thunderstorm and all their little activities will get washed out and ruin their day.
Yep, I heard that.
Oh
I
God, I
might
gotta
not be
say,
here next
people,
Saturday. Might be camping with no signal.
I gotta say, people, you gotta introduce your dogs to loud noises. You gotta introduce them to guns. If you're fortunate enough to get them at a puppy stage, introduce them to all this loud stuff. Every dog I've had, except for my first two, but the two after that, no, except for the first one, I introduced them to loud noises. They
You know,
get
honestly,
them accustomed to it, and when it comes to fireworks
when I
season,
shoot
they're
my
just sitting
guns,
there
no.
watching.
My dog goes hunting with me, and when I shoot my guns, they don't bother her a bit. As long as the gun's in my hand and she sees where the sound's coming from, it don't bother her. It's when shit starts blowing up in the sky and fireworks start exploding everywhere that it freaks her out.
What kind of dog?
She's part wolf and part lab. She's from Alaska. She's part a black Alaskan wolf dog.
Your
But she's
dog
got
is
some lab in
broken.
her.
Get
She's
rid of
one of
it.
them dogs that they used to pull a sled in Alaska.
Yeah, that
She's
breed.
beautiful.
Get rid of her. That dog is broken.
like Barto.
Best dog I ever had. Smart, beyond smart. She understands English. I can tell
That's
her
cool.
stuff without making motions, and she knows what I'm talking about.
And she'll keep your secrets. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Can't tell.
She don't eat shoes.
Yep, first.
Okay, so I think we're gonna sign off now. Catch you guys later.
right.
Down in the ground where the spuds all grow, there's a happy little tuber
Happy
stealing the
Tales,
show.
you sure to watch
On the
subscribe and
YouTube
that
stage,
stupid
watch it
ass
shine
stuff.
so bright. This creative
We love you,
spud's
chat.
got its goals in sight.
Good night, all, and happy birthday to Tracy.
Shining bright. I'm a happy little
She's 18
tuber
today.
every day, spreading laughs and knowledge in a Spudly way. From roots to shoots, I'm reaching for the sky. This potato's on a mission. Don't ask me why. On a mission, reaching high. Some spuds stay